All right, are we live? Are we happening? Oh, Doug, I know. You hear me talking at the desk, and it's like treat time. Okay. Do we have sound? Okay. All right, we have sound. All right. Okay. All right. Road Warrior, Mr. Respect, Disrespect. Oh, Inga. How's everybody? Oh, Doug, it's far too hot to be under the desk. Come on out. You don't hear anything? I just checked. I just checked and it worked here at my end. Doug, come on out. Say hi to everybody. I'll give you a treat. Here, let's open up here with a little Doug segment, having a little treat. Here, come on over here, little dog. Look at this, right? Oh, Doug, right? All right. Are you gonna sit? Oh, let's get the camera here. Okay. Hey, look at the old dog. Hey, oh, it's hot. Hey, dog. He's getting old, eh, folks? He's so old. The old dog. He's being like looking, oh, I know this bag of treats, kangaroo livers. Where are you, Disrespect, for the thunderstorm? Because we're supposed to have thunderstorms today, but nothing's happened yet. Okay, that's enough, Doug. You had a whole bunch this morning. And we're running low. We only got 2 more bags left of kangaroo. And then we're going to have to do without. Right. Say hi to the old dog here. Right? Right? Look at the old dog. Right? All right, folks. There's that. You've had a look at Doug. Yeah, he's as cute as ever. He's a handsome pup. All right. So let's get the show on the road here. Let's have a little chat. Just want to say hi to everybody because it's so hot. I can't work outside. It's 40 degrees with the Humidex right now. It's like so hot. I got the house all locked up. Oh, it is getting dark outside. Oh, we might have a thunderstorm. That'd be nice if it cooled off. It's wicked hot. Okay. All right. We're in a drought here too. We had a little rain yesterday, but we are in a drought. We are in drought conditions. It's bad. All right, so what we got? Who's here? All right, Tiny Ducks, Sackwood Farms, Sparkman, fellow Ford. Oh, Ford's going to bed. So you're probably wondering why my gluten intolerant protest is ending today. Well, this is my protest. This is the longest I've ever gone in my life without cutting my hair, and I'm cracking. I finally have cracked. The heat, the humidity got to me. It's coming off today. I can't take it anymore. I was doing good, but the humidity, I just can't do it. I can't do it. The humidity is just driving me nuts. It is. It's like my neck is sweating. I'm itchy. So this is it. I'm going to shave her off. I thought my goal was actually to leave it on until I got to Venezuela. And I was target date was going to be September. Was my I thought I'd be the end of September I'd be in Venezuela, or at least Mexico, closer than I am here. And I can't last that long. I can't go another 3 more months. I can't. Oh, I look younger, Jose? I don't think so. I think I look older. Everybody tells me I look older. Oh. Actually, Inga, I'm not a fan of beards either. This is why this is the very first and probably last beard of my life, okay? I turned 60 this December, and I've never, ever grown a beard in my life. Yeah, I do look younger with that, I know. I might do some before and after picture of and then I might do a before and after, put it up on Facebook. It does make, yes, running horses, I agree. I think I look terrible. I do. I am getting a bit of color. I am getting a bit, my arms have got a little more color from working outside. I did 35 hours of weed whacking last week. Took me 7 days. I had to cut everything. I got to keep everything pretty here because of I'm trying to sell the property here, and I have to. Oh, folks, I have to repaint the barn because because I spray painted the barn, it didn't fill the cracks in on the paint. So over the last 2 years, water got in to the back of the paint, and if it would have sold last year, it would have been fine. But this year, with the one more winter of the water behind the paint, it's all flaked off, and I got to repaint the whole barn, and I got to redo all my decks because that defective stain I had, it's all flaked off. So, oh, it's Photo Girl. Well, hello, running horses / Photo Girl. So I have to repaint the barn, and I have to rewash the whole house. The whole house has to be rewashed. All the vinyl siding, all the white vinyl, all the aluminum trim has to be done. It's unbelievable. I got to redo everything. So my goal this month of June, plus plant my garden, just in case. Well, I'm not just in case, and I'm hoping it's for the next owner, because that's Plan C. Because I got chickens again this year. I went in partnerships with Andy the vet on chickens this year, just in case. Oh, Inga, I got lots of work. But I'm going to cheat. I bought a cheap spray gun, and I bought a deck sprayer. I don't know why I never thought of these before, but Wagner, the paint people, make a deck sprayer, hand pump $20 sprayer. You spray the stain on your deck, and then you just take a paintbrush and work it into the cracks. I don't know why I don't know why I never knew about those before. Ah, Photo Girl. It no, what's coming? My next adventure is going to make up for selling this place. Trust me. I am so, I'm biting at the bit. Pardon the pun there on the running horses, but I'm biting at the bit, folks. I want to start my life. I want to get on with my plan. This sitting and hold, it's driving me nuts. No. It's driving me nuts. It is. Because what I want to do is better than it is here. Trust me, way better. And a bigger, and it's just better. I have such big ideas, but I can't do them here. Not in communist Canada. So, but, so, let's see if anyone's got any little questions here. Have you seen the magnet stuff? Yes, I have seen the magnet stuff. There is so much stuff happening, folks. Did you hear the latest? Do you remember how they told us to get the jab for gluten intolerance if you want to travel and fly? Well, I just read that the airlines now are actually, because one of the major side effects of the gluten intolerant jab is blood clots. Well, the airline industry now is evaluating that they might be banning anybody who's had the jab from flying because to blood clots, they don't want you on the plane. And there's a billion people have been, jabbed so far. Think about that. Everybody got the jab so they could travel, and then they could come that no, you can't get on the plane if you had the jab because, well, you remember I'm gonna give you. Remember Jasmine, her husband. I forget his name. Good guy, but I feel bad. I don't remember his name. Oh God, I hope Jasmine doesn't see this. But anyways, her husband almost died from a blood clot on a plane with a pressure bandage. So it's serious when you have blood clots on a plane. Doug will be 9 Halloween. You know, like, so I read that about the airlines. So ironic, eh? They're talking about passports to get on a plane, and now they're going to say, well, if you got a passport, you can't get on the plane because you're a blood clot, medical disability. You know. Oh, Miles, I don't think they're. I think we're going to see an unraveling here in the next 90 days. A lot of truth is coming out. A lot of truth. Bombshells of truth. Well, lots of truth. A lot of dots are getting connected. Hello, free spirit. There's so much truth this last week. Oh, the truth that's come out this last week, eh? Like I said, I think everything's unraveling. Everything. Well, look at the VARS, eh? The VARS report. That what I can't say. I don't want to say the word. The jab adverse reaction reporting system, and it's like pretty crazy what's going on. You gotta be so careful about saying anything. Oh man, this censorship stuff is just nuts. There's just not just Arizona. What there's Michigan, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Georgia. There's 5 of them. There's another one. 100 lawyers trying to stop the audits. Speaking of boats, Inca, I've actually, it might be Mark there. That might be Jasmine's husband, Mark. It might be Mark. I wouldn't bet my life on that one. But Inga, the boats, because I have to have a backup plan because I've come up with so many plans. Like I've had an idea of driving to Miami to my friend's place, and flying out of Miami, go to Puerto Rico, and then Puerto Rico to Caracas. Because the problem is I got Doug, so it's like a whole bunch of hoop jumping with Doug. And then I thought, okay, I'll drive to Mexico and fly out of Mexico, and just leave the car in Mexico, just abandon the car. And then I thought, okay, I'll get a boat out of Montreal, a container ship, and get on a container ship and down to Caracas in a container ship, because like I'm getting out of here somehow. Somehow, once the place sells. But folks, I don't know what's going on with this place here for sale. The universe is keeping me here right now. I think the universe is holding me here while this craziness is going on in the world. I truly believe that. It's like a spiritual thing, or a cosmic thing, or fate, or whatever. But I'm going to tell you something. There has been so many homes sold within 1 to 4 kilometers of my house on this road for a very similar price range that are a fraction of the properties. Okay, a fraction. Like, it's mind-blowing. And they're putting them on the property, the real estate listings, they're putting them up, and they're putting their auctions. They put them up on the real estate, and they won't even take offers for 10 days, and then they have a date where they accept the offers, and it's a bidding war. And the homes are selling like boom. Like, it's unbelievable. And I'm like sitting here, and I got my ad on the internet, and I've had like 7,000 people look at the ad. And I got the full video, like I've got everything done, and the listings that I'm competing against that are selling, they're not even done near as well. They don't have near the video quality, nothing. Okay, as far as showing, and like I said, the properties like 1 acre lots with homes that are as old as mine and not as many upgrades, and going for like within $100,000 of what I'm asking, and they have no outbuildings. No utility value, no garden, no livestock capabilities, no private pond, no yard, no privacy. That's nothing, no privacy, because all of them are right along the side of the road. Like, totally exposed to everybody. Oh. Adding it to the websites. Well, the problem is though, you gotta give the commission. And the cheapest one I found so far is 2%, but most of them want 5%. Oh, and like to give you an idea, like 5% commission. And I can't, even if I sold it today, that's the thing. That's why I'm telling you the universe. Because even if I sold it today, I can't get into Venezuela. Okay? Because my passport right now is sitting at the Venezuelan embassy. It's been sitting in the Venezuelan embassy in Ottawa since December. Okay? My passport. Waiting for the visa department to open up in Caracas. They're not even issuing visas. Okay? And I have a contact. I actually have a contact in the government that's a friend that is now in Caracas, okay? That he's actually in Caracas, and and they're not working. Like the government's not working. They're not issuing visas. They're not doing anything. It's so it's like the universe is keeping me here. So why what, Inga? You know me in partial sentences. I'm not good at that. I can't read your mind. So why are the government not working? Because the gluten outbreak. No, the private listing story, but not trusting. No, that's you living in fear, disrespect. We don't have that problem here in Canada. Everything goes to lawyers, right? Everything. You can't sell a house here with a lawyer. Oh, why doesn't it sell? The universe is keeping me here right now. But what is the realtor doesn't do anything? Like literally, the realtor doesn't do it. They're not. That's the thing is, I talk to the realtors. They're literally, folks, just running eBay auctions. They're not doing anything. They're not working. They're not working the angle, and they're trying to say, oh, we're advertising and all this. No, they're not. They just put it on an MLS. And the thing is, when people are looking for properties, they're not just looking on MLS. They're looking at all the different property websites for sale. And like Kijiji is Canada's largest selling site. It's the largest, okay? It's bigger than anything in Canada. It's owned by eBay. And I have friends. I have multiple friends. Actually, I have 3 people I know that sold their home on Kijiji. Okay? 3 people. So and one of them that I know that sold their home on Kijiji also sold their farm that wasn't even listed on Kijiji because of the Kijiji listing. So I think that it's the universe. Like I said, even if I sold it today, I was talking to my friend in Florida today, and I said, even if I sold it today, I'd have to go to move. Doug and I would have to go to an apartment and wait. I'd probably go to Florida and spend the summer there waiting. But it was like, I can't go. I can't get into Venezuela because my contact can't get me my visa to get into the country. And right now, Venezuela is only allowing residents, or like citizens and residents in. Okay, that's the only way you can get into Venezuela right now. And I don't have. If I was in Venezuela, I could apply for my residency visa, and then I could go in and out of the country. But I can't because I'm in Canada. So I'm waiting for my commercial visa because I've upgraded my visa from business to commercial so that I can have a bank account. No. I think it's the universe. And I think I'm hoping this year's chickens are for the next owner and the garden. I got to plant my garden this week. No. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with my garden yet either. If I'm going to put last year's videos up or not, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of security issues. People, okay, I'll tell you something. Ooh, sorry about that. I had a belch. Oh, did you? I got a little. I'm trying to remember where I was there. Did you see now they're going to put belch filters on cattle to help catch the methane gas from cows that are belching, and farmers are going to have to pay $80 a year for the subscription service for the masks for the cows. Did you see that one? I was like, oh my God, we're gone nuts, belching. Anyways, now I lost my train of thought. I got that belch burp and I went off to a sidetrack. I went, I lost. Oh God, I'm losing it here. I'm not peed off. I'm frustrated, Free Spirit. I'm frustrated. And a little bit depressed because I want to do something and I can't. And I'm not used to that. I've never in my life been able to not do what I want. So it's, you know, that's the problem. It's very strange not being able to implement my plan. So I had a train of thought there. I lost it. Totally gone. Hello, Juanita. Mr. Mallard. We got I seem to catch a good time. I caught everybody. Oh, photo girl. It's driving me nuts. It's so hard. Like, you know what it's like to do 35 hours of weed whacking when you don't want to do it? Like, when you just don't, you just want to be gone. Like, I had a bad day last week when I picked up the chickens because I'm worried because last year I got chickens because I thought it's plan B in case I got stuck here. And thankfully I did because I've been feeding Doug and I on chicken that I raised last year. And I got them this year. And I was telling Andy, the vet there yesterday, I said, Andy, I'm so upset about our partnership deal. And he's like, oh, what's wrong? Are you not happy? And I'm like, no. I said, because if I'm eating these chickens, I have failed. I am stuck here, And I'm doing all this work, like having to repaint the barn. I got to repaint. Oh, I want to tell you something. Paint. Okay. So, folks, things are really goofy in the world right now. Shortages, way more shortages coming too. Stock up your freezers at home, folks. Buy lots of food right now. Okay. So, paint. Something told me 3 weeks ago, I better buy paint. And I started searching. Actually, it was longer than 3 weeks ago. And I started searching. There's no paint. My buddy owns a paint place in town. He told me that the manufacturer can't get raw materials to make paint. There is the green paint to paint the barn, none available till minimum July. There's no raw materials to make the paint. And then the stain for my deck, same thing. The Olympic stain, no raw materials till July. They're not going to have any stain. How? This is staining season, painting season, and there's no paint and stain. And he was telling me he ordered a bunch of paint from Pittsburgh Paints, because he's a dealer, and it was supposed to arrive May the 1st, and as of June, it still wasn't there. Well, but I went on a hunt, and I ended up driving all over the countryside. I drove to one store that had 7 gallons of green paint from last year, and I got 7 gallons of green paint. I had to go up to that was another experience. I went out. Okay, this store is up in Eganville, okay, which is about 50 kilometers northeast of me, okay? And it's up in, God's country, nothing up there, just bush. It's a hardware store, and it's a curbside pickup, so you gotta do everything outside. So I pull up, we're outside the parking lot, out in the parking lot. There's like 6 cars in the parking lot, and everybody's standing outside. We're talking like out in black fly country. It's out in the open, okay? And everybody's got the face diapers on. And I'm the only person, of course, that doesn't. And I'm standing there, and it's like we're outside, and everybody's got face diapers on, and they're talking about having this conversation while we're all waiting for the people to get our product. They're talking about how crazy it is, and they're all whining about how crazy this is. So I interjected some knowledge because I read on this stuff. So I was injecting some knowledge about what's going on, and it was like instant. I was the leper. The whole conversation stopped because the unmasked guy spoke. And it was like, I was instantly ostracized. It was so unbelievable. If I could have been dead, I would have been dead right then. But I got my 7 gallons of paint, so that didn't matter. So then I had to get the stain. It was Olympic stain, Rebecca. And so I got I couldn't find it anywhere. So I ended up having to order 4 different Home Depots. I placed the order, because you have to place the orders, and then they send you an email when it's ready for curbside pickup. And they kept canceling my orders. I had to keep jumping from Home Depot to Home Depot to get the stain. Because I needed 4 gallons of it, because I already had 1.5 gallons here left over. And they kept canceling. Finally, I got into peeing, tried to drive the other side of right down to deep into Ottawa to get it. There's the other 4 gallons. But I'm coming back home. This is good. I'm coming back home, and it was late, 7 o'clock at night, and I thought I was going to stop and get something to eat. It was like, I have been eating at home all winter, and I thought, I'll get some roadside food or something, eh? And I went to it's an area in our empire that's all got, Wendy's, Tim Hortons, and, all the Burger King and McDonald's and everybody, but it's all drive-through because you're not allowed to go in anywhere. So it's massive lineups. And I see this roadside chip truck. And I saw it do the roadside chip truck. And I pull into the driveway, in the parking lot, and everybody's standing around. Once again, everybody's got face diapers on. And I'm the only person standing outside with no mask on. People are getting out of their cars, like we're outside, and they're getting out of their cars with the face diapers on. I'm like, okay. So everybody's giving me this stare. And I'm standing there, and I'm watching everybody, and it's like they're all like standing extra far away from me. It was so funny. I was like, I was fine with it. I didn't care. You want to stay away from me. But this one woman, she was about 30, 35, younger, and and she was athletically fit, wasn't obese or anything, and she's got a mask on. The sun, bacon. I watched her. She took the mask off, gasped for air because she couldn't breathe, and then puts the mask back on. I couldn't believe it. Like, if you can't breathe, take it off. But no, she pulled it away from her face and then she put it back on her face. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I just like shaking my head, man. If I couldn't breathe, I'd be taking it off. So then, the story gets better, folks. So I'm standing there, and there's this guy standing about 15 feet from me. He's got a face diaper on, and his stomach is really bizarre. He's skinny, but he's got a massive stomach on him. I'm like, this is really weird, And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, man, do you like got some kind of medical condition? Like it's like this big giant blob on the front of him. He's a skinny guy. And he gets his order and he goes away, and then the SUV pulls up, and this pregnant woman gets out of the car. And she gets out of the car, and she's she's going to blow up pregnant, okay? And she gets out of the driver's seat and goes around to the passenger seat. He helps her into the car, and it turned out he was one of those guys that they're living vicariously through their wives when they're pregnant, and they're wearing those fake pregnancy things on the front of them. And he was wearing one of those fake pregnancy things, like, I guess suffering like she's suffering with the child. And I'm like, I've seen it on videos on YouTube, but I never seen it in real life, okay? And I'm so lucky that I didn't say, I was going to say something about, you got some kind of problem with your big belly? And I was like, I kept my mouth shut, because I'm not good at that, keep my mouth shut. But I've learned now, the last 16 months with this gluten thing that's going on, don't talk, like keep your mouth shut about stuff, be very reserved, because being myself can get into a lot of trouble. So, a lot of trouble. You could get beat up, beating myself. Next thing you got a horde, 6 fat maskers on top of you beating you up. Corey, 2020, 2021 has woken me up. Like, I knew the human race was like pretty thick because I ran a video store for 22 years, and I dealt with a lot of, when you're dealing at the $3 level renting videos, you get a good feel of the IQ of a community. And, coming from a professional background for 10 years, I was lucky. I always dealt with professionals and people who make big decisions, so they had a much higher IQ level. And then going into a video store for 22 years, I thought I'd seen it all as far as, low IQ, something wrong in the water, gene pool seriously corrupted. But this last year has opened my eyes up to how we are doomed as a species. We're doomed. We're doomed. Everybody wants to be taken care of. Like, well, now you can't question. If you question anything, you're a conspiracy theorist. Like, you're not allowed to question anything. You're supposed to just accept what you're told and be, that's it. Don't question anything. Like, first of all, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Not an anti-vaxxer, folks, okay? When I went to Brazil in 91, and I got all the shots. I got yellow fever, I got hepatitis A and B, or B and C, I mean. I got, what else? A couple other shots. I got a whole book, a yellow booklet of shots. I had the yellow vaccine books, because I was going to a yellow fever area. And I even took the malaria pills and got the malaria shot 30 days before. I did all of that stuff, okay? Because, it's like I did that. And, so I'm not, I don't, and I don't not believe in that stuff. So, but I ask questions, and then when I talk to, I talk, Andy and I talk, my veterinarian friend, which I have immense respect for as far as medical knowledge, because he has probably given, I wouldn't doubt in his 25 years of being at it, he's probably given, I wouldn't doubt Andy has probably given 30, 40, maybe 50,000 vaccines, okay, in his life. To animals, and he researches all the jabs before he gives animals, okay? Like, he never blindly just treats an animal with what the establishment says. He researches everything, because anytime he's given Doug stuff and that, he's always researches before he does it, because he takes, but as he told me, he goes, man, I'm taking care of animals that people love, and if I screw up, I'm hurting them. Okay, so and people get very emotional with animals, as you know. So the last thing he wants to do is cause, some family emotional trauma. And what's going on now, like right now, like the mixing of the jabs, the different brands of the jabs, okay, mixing those. He's not even allowed to do that in the vet hospital, folks. Like him and I were talking about this, he told me they're not allowed to mix brands together. Okay, to a dog, all right? And as far as the booster shots, you absolutely, if the manufacturer says it's 21 days to get the booster shot or 30 days for your puppy, you gotta get it, okay? And there is like he says, you can go 60 days, but you don't go 4 months, okay, if it says a month, all right? But like the things that they're doing, we're not even allowed to do it to a dog. Okay, and to give you an idea, is like he was telling me, like the veterinarian, the association, like the doctor association of vets, they're anal on this stuff as far as following the rules. There's Tom. There are so many crazy side effects, but hey, if you question it, you're a conspiracy theory. You're an anti-vaxxer. You're Nazi, Oh God, it's like. I agree with you, Mr. Cola. It's beyond insane. Have I missed any questions? Because I remember. Okay, Samsa, did I get the COVID vaccine? Well, no. Nope. Oh yeah, that's the thing too. I was reading Raul from Valencia. How are you? How did you know that what are you? You're in Valencia right now. I was just talking to some people in Valencia. I talk to Venezuela every day. I wish I was in Venezuela. Inga, I don't know what to say on that one. I can't talk about it, Inga. Oh. Put it this way, it's history. Oh. Mallard the Duck, I had the gluten 19, okay? When I returned from Venezuela last year, and I came back February the 3rd, I had it. I did. I had every single symptom, and I was sick for 28 days solid, okay? But it was like, I've had flus that I thought I was going to die. I've had a 10 out of 10 flu where I actually thought they were going to find my body dead in the bed. And I think I even vlogged it that year. I think I actually did a vlog while I was sick with the flu that year. I think it was January 2017. I know I videotaped it because I was so sick. I said I have to vlog this, and I actually did the camera for the time I was laying in bed dying. And I had to take care of the ducks and everything. So I've had a 10 out of 10 where I actually honestly thought, and I did, that I was going to die and they were going to find me in bed. That's how sick I was. Okay, so I know what it feels like to think that I was knocking on devil's doorstep. Okay, the gluten I had was like a 4 out of 10. It was it was uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, but you know. The name of the property. He wants to know the name of that helped me buy my property. My lawyer helped me buy my property. I had 2 lawyers, one in Valencia and one in Cumana. Zurikama is in Cumana. No. I didn't have an agent. I didn't use agents. I did everything myself, boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. As soon as you start using, well, first of all, agents they're not that common down there, but you're going to pay gringo prices. I'm in Canada right now, still angry goose. No, not liking it. I'm trapped. Doesn't look like Venezuela, this room. No. No. My buddy in Florida, my very good friend and buddy, well, actually my ex-brother-in-law, his mother, my ex-mother-in-law, in November 2019 had the gluten attack, and she was sick for the month of November. Symptoms I had. No. That's Raul. That's the only way to do things there. Just do it. Stay away from the professionals until you need them to do all the registration. Oh. I got a horde of Canada geese here this year. Some days there's groups come in, like 40, 60 of them that come in, but they don't stay long. They leave. They don't stay long. The name of my lawyer is no. Zurika Gomez. You'll never find her though. I don't know why you're even asking for a name. It's not going to help you. There's no 411 for Venezuela, trust me. The only way you can do anything in Venezuela is you got to go there. Sitting on the internet, Shaquille, you're just wasting time, man. Get a plane ticket, get a visa, and go there. Everything you see on the internet is crazy. I look at the prices of real estate on the internet on Venezuela, I just laugh. It's not even, it's the real price ain't that. Ducks, what I got left for ducks? Okay, so what I got left for ducks? I got, what is it? I got 10 females and 1 male, Rico. I had to, I had to put Frank down because Frank was hurting females and he hurt 2 females, and it makes me so mad because I said to myself, Matt, I gotta get rid of Frank. Frank's causing problems because Frank was very aggressive, like really aggressive, not a polite gentleman at all. And he was hurting females bad. And like the females would court Rico and they want Rico, and then Frank would come in and rape him. So I ended up hurting 2 females. So I had to put Frank down. So Doug had Frank for supper. Doug ate him. Doug wouldn't eat Frank raw, but he would eat him cooked. Once I nuked him, Doug mowed him down real quick. But he wouldn't eat. Doug will eat raw chicken like no tomorrow, but he won't eat raw duck. So that's what happened there. And then what happened was a month later, the 2 females that Frank hurt, I had to put down because they were crippled. Totally crippled. They were just staying at the water. They weren't moving because they couldn't walk, and I tried my best. I carried them to the pond, and then they'd end up sleeping on the pond all night because they couldn't walk back, and it was really bad. Then they weren't eating. And then I know this is going to be sad for everybody, then I had to put Dot down. She finally couldn't walk anymore. After 6 years of being a crippled duck, she just finally couldn't walk. Just couldn't move, like nothing. She just would spend days at the water station, and then I'd carry her over to the bathtub. I put her in the bathtub, and she'd swim, get out of the bathtub, and then I'd actually have to carry her to the shed, and then she would eat, and then she would drag herself over with her wings to the water station. No. So, but considering that Dot was a handicapped duck for 6 years, handicapped folks, like that duck was screwed, and she lived a good life for 6 years. So, you know, she had for a duck. Put it this way: for a duck that was gimp, like she was right from day one, like she was like from day one, screwed. And the only reason she said she stayed, that she didn't go outside, was that little black dot in her head. That's the only reason that duck didn't get killed at the first year. You know, 8 years on a duck. 10's tops. Disco's still here, yeah. Disco's still here. Disco hasn't been acting right since Frank has left. Oh. But the thing was that she never had anything to do with Frank. I don't get it. I think Disco's getting sick, like as getting old. Oh, because Disco would be this. How old would Disco be this year? Disco would be, I think she's 6 this year also, because I think she's the same age as Dot. But Disco's not moving around as much. Like, she's walking around, but she's sort of like staying away from everybody. Oh. But when I didn't make sense, because she never hung around with Frank. Like, it wasn't like they weren't together. Like, it made no sense. Actually, she spent more time with Rico. I talk to Venezuela every day. Stripper, she disappeared one night, 3 years ago? Where have you been, Joe? Raul, I live in communist Canada. We've been in lockdown for the whole winter. You are more free in Venezuela than we are up here. Okay? Like, I talked to, and actually Raul, you'll be able to relate to this, on how the 1 week flexible and 1 week lockdown in Venezuela. And, and even during the week they're supposed to be locked down, businesses are still open. They just do it secretly. Where, if you opened your business while you're in lockdown, they would come in with a $10,000 fine, and they would have a SWAT team. But meanwhile, in Venezuela, they just do it secretly. The only thing that's shut down is the government. But businesses are still open, because I talk to them every day. Yeah, I've seen the protests. They're all over the internet. Not in the news, though, eh? News. Well, actually, what they said, 200 people showed up in London at the protests for the gluten lockdown. And then the Twitter videos were showing like a million and a half people in London. But I had a good hatch this year. We got 20 goslings. I didn't do a single thing. You might have to fly to Mexico. Well, you can fly from Mexico and Puerto Rico to Caracas. So you have to fly either to Cancun, Mexico, to Caracas, and Dominican. I know that for sure. I have that video footage of when the fox came by in the video, and when I was sitting outside with the shotgun, and I have it all. I have all the video. I was going to edit it together, but I never got around to editing it together into a coherent one video instead of 2 streams at one. Trudeau is Fidel Castro's son. Not thinks, he is. That's fact. He looks nothing like Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and he is a splitting image of Fidel Castro. Splitting image. There's you look at the pictures of Fidel at Trudeau's age, they're identical. He looks nothing like Pierre Trudeau. And plus Margaret, she was, a little floozy, put it that way. A little floozy. She used to be a groupie. What is it? They call the groupies when the girls that hang around with the bands. She did all the Rolling Stones, right? What do they call that? What are the groupies? Not groupies. What do they call those? When they hang around with the bands. Oh, I can't remember the name. They drag around with the bands and what do they call them? Oh, groupies the right word? Okay. No, the roadies put the show together. Groupies do the band. No, roadies do the equipment. Groupies do the band. Anyways, she was a groupie. She did. Well, there was that Club 54 in New York there, and the Disco 54, Club 54 was the name of it, and she was in there with. Oh yeah, that woman was like she was all over the place. Oh, I'm in Canada. Yep, that's what this guy's in. My neighbor is looking after the house. He's fine. Yeah, they broke into my beach house. So funny because I put those little tiny locks on the doors, and we were laughing. Sandy and I we put the locks on. I said I probably shouldn't put the locks on because someone's going to think something's in there, and they're going to go in there. And they broke in, and there's nothing there. Like, there's nothing in there. But because the little lock was on the door, they thought something was in there. Oh. Sandy sent me pictures to show me that everything was still there. I said, well, there was nothing there. The house was empty. I wish it was there. No, Raul, nobody interested in my farm yet. I use Sony Vegas. Sony's Vegas software. Vega or Vegas? What is it? What is the software called? I don't know. I'll tell you. I think it's Sony Pro. No, Vegas Pro. Vegas Pro 13. That's what I'm using. So. Working on what house? On the house down there? Can't do anything down there. But I've everything I want to do, everything that's left to do on my house in Valencia, I need to be there. Like I want to, like the kitchen. I want to redo the kitchen, but I got to be there to redo the kitchen. No. And then everything else is done. That's the only thing I want to do is the kitchen. Is put the kitchen cupboards in and put a new countertop in. And appliances, of course. But I'm not gonna have somebody, put a kitchen in for me if I'm not there, because it's like what I think is good for a kitchen, what they think would be two different things. But other than that, the house in Valencia is finished. The outside hasn't been painted, but which I haven't decided what I'm going to do out there. So leaving the outside the way it is, it doesn't attract attention. But they're growing. What do they got growing? They got a mango. They're planting a mango tree. They got banana. I think they got some squash planted because it's rainy season down there right now, so they're growing things in the backyard. Oh, everything's nice and green down there. Oh. Why Kumina? Because that's where the deal was. It was, and the deal was crazy. And that's where the people I knew took me and showed me all around. And I plan on going more. I plan on buying more places in Venezuela. Once I sell my place here in Canada, I will be buying more places. Because they keep sending me places. People send me properties. Because I know people down there now, so they send me, because the word's getting out that they know this gringo that wants to move there. So they keep sending me property if I'm interested in different properties. But the funny part is they keep sending it to me and they keep thinking I'm a gringo and it's gringo prices. And I look at what they have for sale and then what they want. I just laugh. I'm like, you crazy? Like, I know the prices down there, and they think I don't know what it is, if they're sending it to an American or something, and it's like, he's got lots of money. He doesn't know what the deal is down there. Like I had one sent to me, was a 1 hectare, which is 2.5 acres, and nothing special, trust me. a basic house, had one outbuilding, and they wanted 60,000 US. I just laughed. It was like, you know, but they said, oh, my mother, she's really motivated to sell. I'm like, yeah, for 60 grand. Yeah, okay. Oh. I know what things are worth down there. And I know how much is for sale. There's like the Vende everywhere. It's like everywhere you go, Vende is spray painted on stuff. Everything's for sale. There's lots of deals. You know. Is there any way I can export Venezuelan coffee? There will be a way. Yes, I can export the country. I can. And actually, Rebecca, this is something, you speak of this, is that Abram has a partnership with a coffee company in the mountains in Santa Cruz, where my farm is. He has a gourmet coffee company, a gourmet coffee company up there, and they would like to get into the export business, but they're limited because of sanctions and banking, all that kind of stuff, and they need a gringo to help them. And that's the coffee that I bring back for myself personally, and it is blow your mind good coffee. Nice and strong, but no bitterness. But very strong, but no bitterness. No bitterness at all. Oh, and but crazy strong. But Abram actually owns. He's invested in a coffee company. I forget the name of it. He took me there one day. I think I did a video one day. I did a video and there was little dogs there. So I don't know if I did a video that day I was there because there was a tire shop right beside it. Well, but these are things that when I get down there, I'm going to develop because the these are all things I want to do. Like especially up in the mountains, because like I plan on opening up I plan on developing on a food co-op on the farm. Because my idea is to develop a decent sized food co-op, about 100 acres in the mountains. Like I can get ranches down in the savannas. Like I can get a 4,000 acre, actually 4,000 hectare, 8,000 acre ranch. But I don't want anything that big because I don't want anything that draws attention to me that size. But up in the mountains, like 100 acres in the mountains is a big chunk of property. It's a whole mountaintop, and I want to develop something up there, and get the local village working, and ideas, food, and I want to basically get them growing my food, so I don't have to do anything. I just want to manage it. Just want to manage it and cash flow it, get it growing, and then they can excess. Food can be sold in Boconó, and create some employment, and then I don't have to worry about food anymore. So I've never liked coffee. I've never had that in Venezuela. It's pretty dark stuff. But like I said, they want to do exports, but they need help. But there is a way. These things I'm going to work on. But I need to get down there because, well, I'm stuck here in Canada. I'm stuck here in the middle of nowhere outside of, Ottawa with a bunch of wild Canada geese running around my yard. They're getting more bold, folks, every day, more bold coming up into the yard. Yeah, 555, I know, Venezuela. I can't wait to get down there and, and really show what it's like down there. Am I not afraid of the corrupt and great thieves? Raul, our thieves up here, okay? Your thieves are petty thieves compared to what we have up here, okay? Well, first of all, we're not even allowed to defend ourselves against the thieves up here. At least in Venezuela, you're allowed to defend yourself, all right? That's the big starter right off the bat. Up here, we're not even allowed to defend ourselves. Like if somebody came here and broke in and tried, and I was at physical risk, I'm not even allowed to defend myself legally. The corruption up here is way worse. Trust me, it is. Or if it's not corruption, it's petty politics where, people's feelings get in the way and they will shut you down and destroy you because of their feelings or their opinion. That's another one, their opinion. I've gone through this, is with their opinion. At least down there you can bribe people and get over with it, I'd rather, they say, well, bribing's corrupt. And I said, well, you're driving down the highway, here you get pulled over and they write you a $300 ticket. So do you want to get a $300 ticket or do you want to give the cop a $10 bribe? And keep driving and don't even give them your paperwork or your license or nothing. You just give them $10 and you're gone. Or get a $300 ticket up here. My sexy lawyer, she's doing really good. Zurikham's doing it. They're suffering. I have been sending money down to them because they are suffering, because things are really bad down there. The inflation, the exchange rate, just give me an idea. Actually, I'll tell you what it is right now, the exchange rate. It's gone through the roof. Folks, you're not going to, okay, so remember when I was down there and I got there and it was, the exchange rate was 7,000 bolivras to $1. Okay? So right now, my God, what has it gone up to here? The exchange rate as of Friday, 3,085,768 bolivars. 3 million, folks, to 1. And when I was there, it was 7,000 to 1 in July. Think about that, okay? And when I was there in October, I forget what October was, but in January of 2020, it was 70,000 or 72,000 to 1, okay? And now it's 3 million to 1, Is that crazy? That's coming here. We're going to see that here. We're going to see hyperinflation here shortly. Actually, I think we're on the cusp of some really bad news. Buy physical silver and buy yourself some theta. Buy T-Fuel. Actually, buy T-Fuel right now. This month, buy T-Fuel. I can't stress that enough. There's a hot tip for everybody right now, okay? I'm going to give you a tip for everybody because there's some big things. I've so much this winter being in this, this gluten lockdown. I went on a crypto crash course. And there's this month, there's a major event happening with Theta, and it's June the 30th, and it's mainnet 3.0. And because of this, the T-Fuel is going to explode in price. And right now, I think T-Fuel right now is 40 some odd cents. What is it? Let me just take a look at it. What is it at? What is it at? 44 cents? I think it's 44 for T-Fuel right now. It's up today. It's 45.76 right now. Okay, and I think it's probably going to be $2 by the end of the month. All right, $2. Right now it's 45 cents because and it might go higher. It might. Some people are speculating it's going to hit 5. I think 2 is going to be the ceiling on it for the end of the month. But they're launching mainnet 3.0, which is they're gonna it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Okay, like a big deal, folks. I'm telling you, you're gonna look back at this and you're saying, "Oh, that duck guy told me about that crypto, and I did nothing about it." I told you about Theta back there. Was it back in January? I told you to buy Theta, and somebody actually quoted and said, "Oh, I didn't do it," and I told you to buy it like it was like $2, and it went to 15. And that it's been sitting at $9. It's going to explode too. It's probably going to be by July. It'll probably be pushing $15, $16. But the big money maker right now is T-Fuel. And then you convert your T-Fuel after this run up, convert it to Theta because you want to own Theta. It's the future of the internet, folks. Because Theta is not a cryptocurrency. It's an actual technology company that's using cryptocurrency to issue shares in the project. And the project is video delivery. Actually, what you're watching right now, this live streaming, this is what Theta does. And they aren't competition with YouTube. They help YouTube deliver the stream to you without buffering. So like, when you get that little wheel spinning, Theta fixes that problem with the wheel spinning. Okay, they've developed a software. and there's going to be, well, they're partners with Google, Sony, who's the other big, Samsung. Like it's going to be on companies. It's going to, like all the PlayStations are going to probably end up having it, that are going to share bandwidth. So I'm telling you, folks, I told you about Theta in January, and I'm telling you about T-Fuel right now. So, moneymaker. Actually, the Theta is coming out with absolute decentralized streaming, live streaming, decentralized. You're going to be able to stream about, you're going to be able to stream with no centralized distribution. What it'll be is that everybody will download the Theta software onto your computer, and you'll be able to, I'll be able to stream to anybody who's downloaded the Theta software with no censorship, none. Theta won't have a clue what you're talking about, because only people that have the software installed and that are subscribed to you will be able to watch. And that's the next thing that's coming out after Mainnet 3.0 on the live streaming, is decentralized live streaming. So no censorship can take place. Samsa, did you buy some Theta when I said back in January? No. Hello, Mr. Adams. And if you don't want to buy some crypto and learn about crypto, the future, buy some physical silver. Buy physical silver. I bought a Bitcoin. I have a Bitcoin. Wait till I show you this. I have Bitcoin. I have a whole Bitcoin too. Wait till I show this. You're not going to believe this, but I do. I have a whole Bitcoin. Okay, are you ready? This is a whole Bitcoin. See it? It's not really a Bitcoin. It's just a silver coin, but it's done in a Bitcoin. See? I can't afford a Bitcoin because like they're too much money. But I have a silver Bitcoin. It's my lucky charm on my desk. Oh. Angie's baby, she's doing good. Oh, Samsa. Samsa, if you just heard about it, buy T-Fuel. Okay? And you can get it on SimpleSwap. You can, buy some Bitcoin and then go on to simpleswap.io, or download the Exodus wallet. If you download the Exodus wallet, you can do the swap right in your wallet too. Patty, inflation has already hit. Have you not noticed prices? It's crazy. You know what gasoline is here? I filled up my car. It was $1.55 a liter for super gas. $1.55 a liter for super gas. I couldn't believe it. I crapped. The prices have gone crazy here. I have to go to the grocery store. I've been putting it off for a month now. I've just been doing without things. And I have a grocery store list on my kitchen table that I've been just ignoring. But it's like, it's crazy, the prices of stuff. Yeah, well, $1.55 for a liter. That sucks. And that's ethanol free, super gas, premium. About 91 octane, no alcohol. But we're going to see some crazy inflation, folks. I bought something that was crazy price. I couldn't believe the price went up. What did I buy? I bought something. I couldn't believe what the price was. I'm waiting, like I said, I have to go to the grocery store. And this next shock, I'm going to be like, it's going to be scary, the next shock. Is being manipulated on price. And when this thing unravels, right now, I think it's $28 spot on silver right now. You're going to pay about $40 because of the premiums, because there's a worldwide shortage. The U.S. Mint admitted that now. But the paper price is really cheap, but physical is really expensive. But the true price of silver It's probably, well, according to the US debt clock, the true price of silver is over $4,000 an ounce. Okay. And it's like right now, 40 bucks. So that's what it's worth. Actually, somebody sent me a flyer about bacon. Oh, I know what it was. It was chicken. Um, I looked at the flyer because I was looking for coffee and see if they had it, and they didn't have my coffee anymore. Last year, I bought a whole bunch of those chicken legs and wings. There are chicken backs and wings, and I was feeding them. Doug and I were sharing them, and they were $1 a pound. Okay, this spring they're $1.99 a pound. Double. The price has doubled on the chicken. Well, before you get too excited about buying property in Venezuela, go for a trip there. You know, go for a trip, spend a couple weeks touring around, looking around. But the physical silver or gold, but silver's a better deal. Silver's on sale. Silver comes out of the ground 8 to 1, and right now it's like on sale like at 65 to 1 ratio. It's got a lot of price to go up. Oh. And just think about Venezuela. In June or July of 2019, $1 US would get you 7,000 bolivares. And now it's $1 gets you 3 million bolivares. Okay? So you have an idea. So, think about it, $44 right now for an ounce of silver in July 2019, we'll just do the math. 44 times $7 compared to 44 times 3 million. If you had that currency in your hand, like 7,000 right now, bolivares is not even a penny. Everybody's going to get a real lesson here on inflation. I've seen it. I was in Brazil when they did the bank holiday in '91. That was my first experience with inflation. Hyperinflation was when I was in Brazil. And Venezuela. So I know what like this stuff. I've seen it with my own eyes. Well, right now, Raul, the Chinese and the Russians are flocking to Venezuela, buying things up. Because that was the one thing the up in the business class leaving Venezuela was it was either Chinese or Russians. It was actually Russians in the plane going in, and it was Chinese leaving that were on the plane with me. I was the only gringo. The rest were Russians and Chinese. Because all the gringos think it'll die in Venezuela, so they stay away because the media tells us it's dangerous there. I miss that. I being the only gringo. I keep thinking of that old guy when I was up in the mountains with the behind Abrams bar up in the mountains or behind Abrams Lodge there, and when he told me the last time he saw a gringo was 1989. I made his week that it was the first time he'd seen a gringo in 30 years. Yeah, but right now we're stuck here. But I think the universe is making me be stuck here. A red-headed gringo. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. When I end this stream, folks, I'm gonna go shave because I want this gone off my face. I've had enough. This heat, right? The humidity in here, it's so sticky. I'm gonna go get my electric shaver, and I'm gonna go out in the back deck and stand in the reflection of the back window here, and I'm gonna give myself a shave. Oh. I will. I will take a before and after picture, Inga. I'll do a before, and then I'll do an after. Oh. Yes, soaps. I did 35 hours last week weed whacking. Oh. It sucks here with the lockdowns. It sucks. It was really a shame about the guards. Which I had no problem in the airport. My experience, I have nothing but positive things to say about the airport in Venezuela. I got treated better at the airport in Venezuela than I got treated in my own country coming home. I like that they couldn't speak English. Well, it was. I thought it was good. Well, you know you're special when nobody speaks your language when you're going in there, especially at international airport. Nobody speaks English. And then what I found was because nobody spoke English, they just get rid of them. It was like, we want to deal with this guy. Get rid of him, gringo. Like, what's a gringo doing here? There's benefits to being a gringo. If you're a nice, happy gringo that gets along with everybody. But I'm so sticky right now, folks. I am so irritated by this thing on my face. It's coming off. I can't do it. I'm looking forward to feeling clean again. I feel dirty right now. And I had a shower this morning, but I feel gross. The fatty guard one. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I had all I can think of. I had a good. I had like positive experience. So I don't know. Yeah, the beard is hot. Not like it, especially my neck. I'm finding it really bad on my neck right now, right there, and it's got to go. No, I don't. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know how people can do this. I don't understand this because I think this is a pretty good effort at a beard. Like I've tried a little bit of growth here and there, but I always shave it up. But this is actual real beard, and I don't know how people do it in the summer. I see people with beards. Like, how do you do this with that much? It's like it's holding the heat on my head. How did I was introduced to people in Venezuela. I got introduced to people, and then I trusted them, and I flew down there and met with total strangers, and I just, lived life on the edge and threw caution to the wind, and just did it. I was thinking to shave my eyebrows off, just going for it, complete clean. Well, beers and food always helps everywhere when you want to make friends, influence people. What they say, it's you can attract. It's better to attract them with honey. What is that saying? Better attract them with honey than what's that other one? You're better off being a nice person. No. Vinegar, that's it. Honey and vinegar, right? Yeah, honey works way better than being a sourpuss with vinegar. Oh. Leonardo, he turned out to be a mistake. I tossed caution to the wind and found out he was a little bit of a mistake. And that's right. The fastest way to the heart is through the stomach. It is. You get what you put out, folks. I've learned that in life. Okay, if you put out good things, you get good things back. And that's it. I've always used that all my travels to South America. I've always been that way, and I've always had positive experience. And then I hear stories about people, and I've met people in my travels that go down there and have negative experiences, and I've met them and I've seen how they act, and I know why they're having are having bad experiences because they're peckerheads. I need the eyebrows. You think of Myrtle? No, Leonardo's not an old friend. Turned out he was a mistake. Oh, he was bad. Oh. Yes, photo girl, you get, yes, you get out, what you put out, you get back. It's the way it works. Like I said, I've met people in my travels, and like, oh man, it's like the way they treat people, and they're, the way they badmouth them, sarcastic and demeaning and no respect, and then they wonder whether they get treated like crap, and it's like, you just like, they're so brain dead, and then they complain about their negative experience. And then there's me, virtually no Spanish, and just stumbling through, and nothing but positive thoughts. Never get taken advantage of, never, never, ever, ever, ever. And I've done like probably about 25 trips South America in my life. I've never been taken advantage of. But I'm also very aware, and I'm good at reading people. Even if they don't speak my language, I can tell when things are going south. I'm good at body language, put it that way. I know when it's time to get out of Dodge. Well, no one's asking me any questions here. Oh, we got a question. Do you think that people are very scary about Latin? The people are afraid, Raul, of Venezuela because of the news. They think, up here. I think, I'm lost for words for a second. Good. My brain was going too quick. Think of this. How many people on the Duck channel were mad that I went to Venezuela? And there was lots of them. I remember the comments. People were just freaking. You're crazy. You're going to get killed. That's stupid. I'm not watching anymore. I'm unsubbing. You're nuts. Blah, blah, blah. Because they're brainwashed. I do posts when it hits me, Corey. Not a lot going on here, Corey. Like I said, I'm just getting the house to sell, and I'm pretty well focused on that, and that's all I'm doing. Nothing much is happening. I post a couple of videos of cute things, like yesterday morning when the geese were in the backyard, because now they're getting really bold and they're coming up right into the yard. So I thought I'll shoot a video, and and right now they're out though. Well, I'll show you. They're out the window here. Yeah. Oh, Rico's standing actually right out here. You just flip this around. There. So they're weird ducks. They could be down at the lagoon swimming, but instead they're up here. So there's some there. There they are. Come on. I can't get this to flip around. Hang on here. Okay, there. Well, what's really strange, folks, is that the ducks remind me so much about this situation going on, because all the people that are pro-lockdown, pro-gluten lockdown, that they don't want lockdown to end, okay? It's so funny because I'll let the ducks and the geese out, and they will leave, and not even 90 minutes later, they're back in the pen. Like, I'll let them out in the morning, and 90 minutes later, they're back in the pen. I'm like, what do you go back to the lagoon? Like, they come back and they'd rather sit in the pen. It's like they like lockdown, Like last night, they stayed late at the lagoon. They were it was like 8 o'clock before they came back, but tonight they're back early. So, yes, Honey's still here. Yeah, Honey, Honey and another duck are they're having problems. They're fighting. One of the gray Toulouse female, and they're fighting all the time. Let's go outside. This. Oh, it's hot out here. Oh my God. Oh, I have a bunch of visitors here. I got a bunch of visitors. I got some loafers in. They're coming. They think there's food here, but there's no food this year except the grass. Because there's normally only 6 adults here, but it looks like there's 2, 4, 6, 8. It looks like 10 adults are visiting right now. I don't see any of the babies. The goslings aren't around. I don't know where they are. But those ones are not parents right now that you're seeing right there. They're not parents. There's these, I guess they're like adolescents that are coming in here. They're, I don't know. Oh, that's bizarre. I'm trying to see where the goslings are. Oh, the goslings are all down this side of the barn. They're on the other side of the garden. Unfortunately, my Wi-Fi is disconnected, so I can't go over there. I'm working on the house Wi-Fi here. Oh man, that's hot. Whew, folks, Jesus, we got this crazy heat wave going on right now. It's absolutely crazy. All right, okay, folks, I'm gonna say goodbye because I gotta go and shave. I gotta get this thing off my face. Have a shave and a shower. Thanks for joining me. I was supposed to be a quick update, not 82 minutes worth, but thanks for sticking around and listen to me just ramble on about nothing. But like I said, folks, buy some physical silver, buy yourself some physical coins, 1 ounce coins, half-ounce coins, whatever you can find, and tea fuel. I'm telling you, tea fuel. You're going to regret not buying tea fuel, okay? I'm telling you, the next 3 weeks, that thing is going to go like it's. Like I said, by the end of the month, I'll be surprised if it's not $2. Okay. Make yourself some money in these hard times. All right. So, and I spent a lot of time reading about this. Okay. So it's not a cryptocurrency. It's a technology company. All right. And there's big things cooking with it. Really, really big things cooking. Put it this way: in years from now, you're going to look back, and it's going to be everybody's going to know what theta is in the future. Okay, tea fuel. That's what you want. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say goodbye, and thanks for joining me. And be careful out there with the gluten. Okay, because you could get beaten up for questioning the gluten. We don't want that. All right. And don't wear a mask. Okay. Or wear a mask. Do whatever you want. But just remember, Dr. Fauci said in his emails, masks don't work. All right? And that's fact. That's in his emails.